Everybody, it's Friday, October 17th, and tonight is our Friday Night Live. We have a couple of updates for you, and and then I'll take your questions like we usually do. Grab your calendars. You'll also need pen and paper because I want you to write down a few things about our events and things that we're doing. We have a few other things that I was hoping to have to share with you today, but we're still not done finalizing planning those. So I still need a little bit more time. So, hey guys. Hi, Anne. I see you finally made it. Yay. So, Marion, you're telling me that you're listening from the road. Just make sure your eyes are on the road. Okay, so pens and paper. Put on your calendars, and I'm going to send out an email as soon as this is over. I already drafted it this morning, worked on it all day, on and off, and it'll go out afterwards. October 21st. We were hoping to fill up the entire studio to show the documentary on Medicare and why it was founded. And it was produced by a professor out of CUNY, and it was narrated by Danny Glover. I showed you guys the email that I have been sending out to the City Council, the Senate, and the Assembly. So I had asked you to call the City Council and say, hey, are you RSVPing? And I want you to know, so far, not a single City Council member is attending this event. So it is Tuesday, October 21st. It's from 4:30 to 7:30. We'll probably end earlier than that. And the producer will be there. We have Medicare experts there. And so to say we're disappointed that they did not do this, especially knowing that when DC 37 put the call out to each and every one of them to come and talk about Intro 1096, several of them went to DC 37 headquarters to hear their side. They have never asked us for ours. And all the while, they were not paying attention to the retirees. They didn't want to hear our side. They didn't want to hold a hearing. The speaker is still blocking Intro 1096 from a hearing. So she wants to talk about democracy or wanting more co-sponsors on legislation. If you take a look in the legislation that's sitting before the council right now, what you'll see is there's plenty of bills that she got to the floor for a vote or eventually passed into law with less than 30 signatures, some of them only in the teens. So she is purposely blocking Intro 1096 from having its day in the democratic process to have a hearing. So whatever the speaker's agenda is, it is going to follow her. Trust me. She's term limited this year, but we are not going to let her get away with doing this. Whatever her higher ambitions are, if she has ambitions, we will make sure that we are front and center to make sure that everyone knows that she did not work with older New Yorkers. She did not work to protect Medicare. She blocked our bill in a very undemocratic way. And then there will be a whole bunch more coming out about that as well. So this date, we decided we would open up some of those seats to the retirees, since you guys, we always hear me talk about the history, and we thought it would be a great opportunity to come to an event at the Tribeca Screening House. You have to RSVP. Just please do not show up. You must RSVP. Names will be at the door, and you do need to sign up to come. The list of attendees is being handled by someone else. You must RSVP if you plan on coming. I think you'll really like it. It's a really good opportunity to understand and learn some of the history. We do have some electeds that are coming, so we're very happy about that. And you'll get to see them when you're there on Tuesday. So please RSVP to that. It is a small venue. It's not a very large place. It's not like, Madison Square Garden, but it is actually kind of cool. So please, October 21, Tuesday, 4:30 in the afternoon, Tribeca Screening House, RSVP. I will put the email out today, again with the link, because those in our Facebook page got to see that. many of you that are not in Facebook, or you didn't go onto Facebook today or yesterday, you did not see that link is there. I will make sure you get that. Once we've hit our maximum, we're out of seats. Trust me, though, we will be doing this again. Laura, your film screening for such an important and relevant invite and reminder was so cordial. It's shameful that Adrienne blocked and didn't want to learn about the history and the need for traditional Medicare. Laura, I'm with you on this one. I will tell you, she opened the emails. We know she saw them, but she's not responding to them. So don't worry. Mom used to say that karma comes. She always used to say to me, I would never know. I may not know when. I may not know how. And I used to say, no, Ma, I need a front seat to that shit. So I just want you to know that we are really trying on this. So please join us if you can. Tuesday, the 21st, Tribeca Screening Room. The address will be and the time, etc., will be in the email I'll send out today. There's an RSVP link. You must RSVP if you want to come. I think you'll like some of the guests that will be there, and I think it'll be a fun evening. So hope you guys can make it. That is the 21st. Next, let's see. Some of you are getting emails from Augie Abundanza, who is our treasurer, letting you know that your donations to the organization are failing. Sometimes it's because your credit cards are out of date, or maybe you changed cards, or maybe you had something happen and you didn't realize it expired. So he's calling you guys, or emailing, mostly emails, to let you guys know, hey, your donations to the organization are failing. Just wanted to let you know. Now, you should be getting a message also from the organization itself. It's an automated message that says a donation has failed, letting you know. But if you need help in getting into the portal to update or change your card, we can help you do that if you can't figure it out on your own. One of the things we like about this portal is that it lets you go in. You can create your password like we've encouraged you to do, change your card, change your date, change your amount of donation, etc. So if you're struggling with doing that, just email the organization, retirees@nycretirees.org, and one of us will respond to you to help you with that change. Anne says, can a group of us get together before or after the event? I'm planning to RSVP and would love to meet up with friends. So, Anne, I don't see why not. I mean, if there's a group of people that would like to get together before or after the event, by all means, connect on Facebook or something, or reach out to Anne here and see, what you guys can do to get a group of you together. That would be kind of awesome. So I wanted to let you know about that. So if you do get them, Augie is our treasurer. He is calling you. He's not a scam. Augie is emailing you to tell you, hey, just letting you know your donation failed. If you need help, let us know. So that's Augie. Let's see. October 24th. So Long Beach says, is Sliwa and Cuomo coming? October 24th. Now that day, eat your Wheaties because it's going to be a long day. We have candidates that are coming on at 5 o'clock, starting at 5 o'clock. And I don't know when we're going to finish, but I'm telling you, come, because I think you'll like to hear what you will hear. And this is why we put up the survey. I want to know what you guys would ask any of the mayoral candidates if you had an opportunity. So if you had a chance to, now you'll be able to ask questions like you do right here. However, we want to have this framed so that we have questions ready to ask. So please, by all means, answer those questions. Let us know exactly what you would want to ask them if you had the opportunity to do so. Okay. Next. Yes. Maybe Adrienne needs more information. This is why I keep asking you guys to call on a daily basis, because if you call her office on a daily basis, then she would definitely hear from all of you, and you could all give her plenty of information. We could send you out another one pager. I can attach that to the email. I'll put that in my email, my notes to myself. And just take 1 or 2 points. And when you call Adrian, I may just take all of those council numbers off and just put Adrian's there and just keep calling Adrian. That's all you have to do. I think, you know what? I think I'm going to change that. Just call Adrian. Just Adrian. You don't even have to call all the other council members. Just call Adrian. Just keep on calling Adrian. Okay. I will modify my homework assignment. So, Roberta, I sent emails to every council member asking for support on Intro 1096, and I only got a few robo replies and one from Lynn Schulman. Dear Roberta, thank you for your email. I will speak with the council member to discuss potentially co-sponsoring Intro 1096-2024, highlighting your support for this legislation. Further, please provide your address to verify you are a constituent. This information would be entirely confidential. Are you kidding me? That's what her, yeah, that was a robo email? Hold on. I need to take a picture of that. That is insane. Well, if you ever get a call like that, just pick an address in their district. You could even use like the address down the block from her. You could use the CVS. I don't care what address you use. Pick an address. And actually, you could, you know how you'd respond back to that? I don't need to be a constituent in your district. You are the chair of the health committee. Lynn Schulman, if you are watching this on X right now, shame on you for doing that. You are the chair of the health committee. You are a cancer survivor. You should want to protect a federal public health benefit of Medicare. Why? Because you're a Democrat, because you're chair of because you're chair of the health committee, and because you're supposed to care about retirees. John, hey, I live in Lynn Schulman's district. Use mine. John, I love you. Let me tell you something. Lynn has disappointed me from day one. This should have been her issue to own. What'll happen is she's going to end up, if we all get screwed, she will really be screwed. And she has to hope that she has a really good pension in order to not have to worry about Medicare Advantage. But of course, she is on the Aetna plan, and she's paying what, like $3,000 a month or some crazy ass number about that, about to stay on the Aetna plan. Honestly, I think we need to dig into some of her follow the money campaign donations, because if Aetna is finding a way to donate to Lynn Schulman, maybe that's why she doesn't want to protect traditional Medicare. Maybe she's actually being funded by Aetna. Anyone really good at looking through the campaign finance page, let me know what you find, because it'll either be under Aetna or it'll be under some sort of an insurance pack. So that's something to look at. But shame on Lynn Schulman for asking that. But anyone who's contacting Lynn, she is the chair of the health committee. She should be open to speaking to every single one of you. And make sure you tell her when you call or email her, I am contacting you as the chair of the health committee, if you're not in her district. So thanks, John. I appreciate you putting your address out there like that. What do we do if we sent a FOIL request over a year ago to the comptroller asking for the bylaws and rules of the Health and Welfare Fund? I'm still waiting. This is crazy. Actually, Ellen, can you forward me that, please? I'm supposed to have a meeting with Brad's office, I think in the next 2 weeks. So, on a whole bunch of issues. Wow, Roberta, Lynn Schulman doesn't see herself as representing all of us. Well said, Marian. Absolutely. Amen, sister. Yep. Use Rihanna's umbrella song for Adrian. Adrian is the umbrella of the city council. Send her an umbrella. I don't know if I know that song. You're going to make me look that up. Hold on a second. I need to look. Okay, so who's going to her office and going to sing that song? I have no idea. So now you had a Rihanna interlude. Very funny, Long Beach. Yes, I have heard from I have heard from Brad. Actually, a few of us have. Those conversations are still ongoing. Let's see. I wonder if Adrian knows the song. I'm guessing no. I don't know. Um, yeah. I can't wait for Brad Lander to release his audit on the Health Insurance Stabilization Fund. It's all how the political machines with these guys. So we're waiting on that as well. But I have some intel on that, and I'm waiting to see what the reaction is, especially that I think this weekend I'm going to start to release more of the audio from the Municipal Labor Committee so that you could hear that they intended to destroy the stabilization fund. They literally intended to do that. I used to teach in Adrian's district. I thought you said you taught Adrian first when I saw that. I was going to say she clearly needs summer school. Okay, so the next thing I want to ask you guys, I told you about the mayor's event on the 24th. That'll be virtual. It'll be right here on the 24th. On the 23rd, the day before, we have Christy Marmorato joining us to come and talk to you. She's many of you will remember her. She did the sit-in with us at DC 37. She marched with us from City Hall down to DC 37. When they wouldn't let us upstairs, she decided to stay with us and not go up. So she's running for re-election. DC 37 and I think 32 BJ are running a candidate against her. Remember, she's a Republican. The unions are running a Democrat against her to unseat her. Her father is a retired fire battalion chief. Her brother is a firefighter. She used to work in healthcare. So we need to help protect her seat because we know she supports us. Shirley Aldebal, who's the Democrat, is not supporting us. So it's important that we protect the people that are helping us. She's looking to see that some of our retirees help her out with her campaign. So if you are in District 13 in the Bronx, let me see if I actually still have that on my screen somewhere. I have like a million tabs open. So she's looking to have, nope, I don't. Let me see if I can open it up again. Yes. Okay, perfect. I'm going to drop this link in the chat. So if anyone is interested in helping out Christy Marmorato, you go to her website, www.christy4forny.com. She could use canvassers. She could use phone bankers. She can use donations, whatever you can do to help out Christy, especially if you're in the Bronx, she could definitely use your help. Her information is just, I just put it in the chat, www.christy4ny.com. She will be on our show on the 23rd, Thursday the 23rd, the day before the online mayoral event that we're doing. So that would be fantastic. That's very funny. Let's see, what else? Have you had discussions with Tiffany Caban? When I spoke to her a couple weeks ago, she said she believes Intro 1096 won't resolve the issue, that it must be dealt with on the state level. When I asked her if she had spoken to you, she said yes. I have not spoken to Tiffany Caban in years. So Diane, you go back to her and tell her that she needs to have a conversation with you and me and her, as you are the constituent, or you're familiar with her, however that is. I would be more than happy to speak with her about this issue. And she's an attorney. She should also know that this can be done at the state level. And she's also lying to you because she was on the last bill at 1099. So Tiffany Caban is not being honest with you, Diane. So that's not true either. Let's see, what else do we have? Okay. Am I missing anything? Will all three candidates be there on the 24th, or did Mamdani refuse? You'll just have to show up and see. We are still securing people for that event, so let that sink in a little. State level, let me know. I can talk to my assemblyman. So remember that the unions killed our state bill, but I will tell you the assembly bill is still there. There's no reason why they can't sign on to it. I will tell you, though, that assembly bill is 4639, and Zohran Mamdani is not on the assembly bill, and he could have been on it the entire time. Remember, it was introduced a year ago. So no. But if if your assembly person is not on the bill, look up Assembly Bill 4639. Remember, it does not have a Senate counterpart because Peter Harcum struck our legislation without speaking to us on this issue before he did it, to understand why he was being told what he was being told by the UFT, DC 37, CWA, and that's why. So we are working on finding another Senate sponsor to take our legislation. Yes, Assembly 4639, Long Beach. That's exactly correct. Stop your COPE and send it to retirees. Yes, because I showed you those videos. The AFL-CIO with AFSCME, with DC 37 and UFT are using your COPE money to lobby against our bills. They had to file those reports in the state. So I'm telling you right now, absolutely, that's what they did. Stop giving your COPE dollars and your people's money to DC 37 and the UFT. You should not be paying your former union to work against you. If they're helping you, that's one thing. But when they're using your money against you, that's when it's time to stop. Okay. You guys that made those phone calls to the council about Chris Marte running for speaker, and you wanted to know if he was supporting your bill. Let me repeat that. All of you who called the city council asking if they would support Chris Marte for speaker. And I had asked you if you would let us know what feedback you were getting. In the chat, can you please tell me some of the responses you were getting? Because many of you did not do the survey. I don't know why, but I need to know what the answers were that you were getting. I remember there were some questions. Some people said that one of the offices said that was politicking. I want to know who's all. I need to know who is giving you these responses because I don't see them. So if you could in the chat right now, if any of you were on that were making those calls, which I hope all of you were, please let me know what the feedback was that you were getting, because we don't know what the responses were and who gave them to you. So it's really important that you tell us. Let me see if I can actually find that survey again. Is it open or not open? I have a million windows open. What is this one? No, I'm up to 15. That's not enough. Okay, if you'd called the city council asking if they would support Chris Marte, I'm putting the link in the chat. Please make sure you complete that link because there's only 15 people that did this survey. So I don't know what you guys were told. This is the Chris Marte survey. Wait a moment and try again. What the heck? Okay, let's see. Nope. I'm shocked the MLC owes. Yes, isn't that kind of crazy? They owe $4.8 billion is what the city saw. And none of them were fighting back. none of them were fighting back. Okay, so I asked you about Chris Marte. I would like you to do the survey. I need the feedback. I need to know who told you what. If one of you had said to me that in this chat a couple weeks ago, that when you called, the office had said to you that it's politicking. We don't talk politics. I need to know who said that. If you get people telling you we don't know, I need to know which offices you were. This was a pretty generic survey, because if you had anyone that said they would support him, or whatever crazy responses that you got, we wanted to hear, some of that. Laura says, sorry, I will send you the survey. I had wanted to finish up with but the first time a staff member answered for council member Yusef Salam. Okay. I understand. All right. So I spoke to you about Marte. I spoke to you about donations failing. Expect a letter if they did fail from Augie, our treasurer. I told you about October 21st. The last thing I want to talk to you about is United Healthcare's and Emblem's NYC PPO plan. Dinowitz' office said they didn't know who he would vote for, but would ask him. Well, if that was a while ago, call back and ask. But your priority is really going to be this next week. Every single day, call Adrian, just Adrian. I'm going to revise the homework assignment. Don't worry. United Healthcare Portal. Let's talk about the NYC PPO plan. Remember that the NYC PPO plan is only for active workers and pre-Medicare retirees. This does not affect anyone who is on traditional Medicare. Okay. The only change that a Medicare eligible retiree would see is if they were on the city drug plan. Then the vendor is changing. We know that the formulary is changing. We know the cost will probably change, but they haven't shared the formulary and they haven't shared the cost yet. So we're waiting to see if they will answer those questions. Carol, I'm not going in and out. I'm literally watching myself on another screen while I'm talking to you. So if you need to check your Wi-Fi or wherever you are, because I'm not getting any other feedback and I'm looking like I'm live streaming fine. Laura says, the first time I spoke with a staff member of council member Yusef Salam, the person told me that they weren't allowed to engage in politics. The next time I spoke to the office, they said they'd relate my hope. Okay, gotcha. Thank you, Laura. I knew someone had said that, and I wasn't sure where it was coming from. Janet Famularo got my prescription letter. Yeah, so we're waiting to see what's going to happen with that. We're not quite sure what those changes will be. We know that they were changing the formulary, that there were things that they were cutting down on. We're assuming they're going to change some of the copays, changing the formulary, and we believe the premium will change. We just don't know what it is because they're not sharing that with anyone yet. So if you get a drug plan from your union, then this does not impact you. But for those like retired UFT, your drug plan, if you're a retired UFT or a managerial, for example, you pay about $150 a month to get your drug plan from the city of New York. It's an Emblem plan. That plan will be changing. Okay. If you have gone on the portal, and let me see if I can pull that portal up real quick. Share this tab. Okay. This is the portal. Okay. If you get onto this page and you go to search your doctors, you'll see right here, search your medical providers. I also want to point out that below is search for mental health. And if you don't find your doctors, I want you to do two things. One, you can nominate your provider for this plan if you don't find them. But what I also want you to do is we have that survey that we sent out that we want to know which of your providers are not in the network. So let me see if I can share this tab, and that this is what, that's what this one looks like. Are your doctors and hospitals in the NYC EPPO? And if your doctors are not in the network or your hospitals are not in the network, we need to know. So please complete this survey so that we can, please complete that survey and let us know as soon as you can. Let me see if I can share that with you in the chat box. And I think I just closed it because there's too many of them. Let's see. Okay. I am now putting in the chat NYCE PPO survey. If you cannot find your doctors and hospitals. Okay. Let me see. Our Instagram, did anyone discuss healthcare at the debate? No, they did not discuss healthcare at the debate. So this is what I'm going to ask you guys to do. Please call Errol Lewis or social media Errol Lewis. The reason is he's hosting the next debate, and Errol knows our situation. So I want you guys to make sure he knows, and don't just say Medicare. It's the retiree health concerns, because we have two. You have Medicare Advantage. You want to not be forced into Medicare Advantage, and you need this law passed, this bill passed, to protect you from these predatory copays. This is why we fight. It's not just Medicare. You have to remember this, because we may be able to sit, then someone's like, I'm not doing Medicare Advantage. Then, okay, well, what about the predatory copays? Well, that's another subject. They go hand in hand. Why is that? Here's the deal. If you are forced to pay predatory costs on your healthcare, you will be forced into Medicare Advantage. There will be no ability for you to stay on traditional Medicare if you can't afford it. Then the end result is what they wanted anyway. So we have to protect ourselves from both, not being forced into Medicare Advantage and not have predatory costs put upon us. So that's why it's really important, right? In order for you to protect your own health benefits. Let me see if I actually have the contact number we were using for Errol Lewis when we did this before, because I know we had put up his number a couple times. So let me write this in the chat. I have a couple of phone numbers that go to the station, and I honestly don't remember which one was working, so I'm going to put them both in there. Oops. Let's make sure I spell it right. Okay. Whoops. I hit send too quickly. 212-379-3456 or 212-379-3311. And you also want to email at ny1desk at charter.com. NY1 desk. I think that should be accurate. If there's any issues with what I gave you, let me know. So he's hosting the next debate, and we want to make sure that we get this through to everyone, that it's not just about this. It's more than this, right? It's not just about Medicare. It's about a lot of other issues. So we want to make sure that anyone who is talking about our healthcare benefits understands it's not just about Medicare. It's about Medicare and predatory copays. Is anyone on Facebook? Did Facebook people drop off, or is it just you? It looks like just YouTuber people. Hold on a second. It might be Facebook people got dropped off because I played that Rihanna song, because I'm not seeing people from Facebook anymore. Let me see. And you know how they are with playing music from another. Let's see. Nope, I don't see any penalties. I do not know. Okay, so it looks like the Facebook people got booted. Hold on, let me go to our Facebook page. Hold on. Nope, I'm still seeing on Facebook. If you guys got booted off of Facebook, try to get back on. I'm still seeing nope, let me go to the other page. If you got booted off of Facebook, come back on YouTube. Because I'm still showing us here. Yeah, and I'm showing us live streaming as well into what can I tell you? Hold on. Let's put the Facebook link. Let's put the Facebook link in YouTube. I mean, I'm sorry, the YouTube link in Facebook. Okay, hopefully that works. Okay, let me find you guys again. Facebook link is not working. Okay, so just come back up on YouTube if you can. First, they must have booted us off because I was playing the Umbrella song. They're very strict about using music or live streaming music that's copyrighted. So who is Errol affiliated with? Errol is affiliated with New York One, so Charter. And I did put that information. Let me see if I can go back to that and highlight that on the screen. Okay, there you go. Errol Lewis, 212-379-3456, 212-379-3311. And it should be known that he knows our issue. He has to bring this up. He absolutely has to. let's see, the date of the next debate, you said. New York City debate. If I can find a quick date. I'll probably have to post it because I'm not finding it quickly if anyone else knows. Let's see. Nope, I'm not finding it. If someone else knows the date, I'm pretty sure it's next week, though. Let me open up one more link. The candidates will face off again on October 22nd. So there you have it. October 22nd is the date of the next debate. Okay. I'm on YouTube, couldn't get on Facebook. I know, I'm sorry, guys. They probably booted us off because of playing the Rihanna song. No good deed goes unpunished with Facebook. Thank you, Laura. Next debate, October 22nd. Diana, on Marte, Virginia Maloney email. Essentially, she says she keeps an open mind and is hearing out all speaker wannabes. Signed as Team Maloney. Third person form entered on survey receipt. So Diana, regarding Virginia Maloney, you may want to ask her where she stands on the retiree issue in a follow-up email, because after a meeting with her several months ago, I think it was in spring, she never responded back. So we are looking at speaking with someone who is running against her. We're playing kind of like a phone tag messaging right now, but if Virginia is not going to support retiree issues, you guys need to know that, because she's not replied to us since we had that first meeting back in, I think it was like February. I think elected officials are using that address verification question to make sure you're not a machine. I've contacted Congressmember Grace Meng a couple times, and I keep getting that message. Okay. And then William says, I got that same thing from Team Maloney. Okay, thanks, William. So let me know, too, if as you speak to her office about that issue, if you follow back up with her, that you ask where she stands on the retiree issue. We gave her the pledge that had the 3 issues that we talked about: not being forced into Medicare Advantage, not having these predatory copays, and have the ones that we have now walked back because they only instituted them as a retaliation for us winning in court. And then the third one is the grace period for our dependents on our health benefits and securing another plan because our benefits die the day we die. Virginia did not sign that pledge. So I want you just to know that right up front. Will the next debate be streamed on YouTube? Yes, it will. It should be. Yes, I believe it is. Yes. And if it's not, if I get it, I will make sure we do our own watch party. If you guys are interested in doing our own watch party, let me know, because I can literally live stream it like right here for you to listen to. And then we can talk about it on the side, especially if you're contacting Errol Lewis, telling him that that the retirees are holding a watch party with our 200,000 members, and we want to know where these candidates are, like why they haven't spoken to me, why they did not sign the only one of the 3 didn't sign the pledge, why they won't have why Mamdani won't have a meeting with the retirees. For the 2, Cuomo and Curtis, that both signed the pledge, you want to make sure that they're aware, remind them of the 3 issues. But Mamdani doesn't know about any of this, or he does, he's just ignoring it because he's not communicated. Okay. That's the problem. The 22nd, that's the day I think I'm flying back, but I should be home. Let me just check my calendar because I'm leaving the day after our event, unless there's any reason for me to stay. But let me see what I could do to do that. I would definitely host that with you guys. That'd be kind of cool. Yes, I know George Sarantopoulos said he signed the pledge. So did Kayla. We're trying to, we're finalizing that process right now for District 47. Today, we finalized the process for District 30, that there was an endorsement for, well, for District 13, we continued with Christy Marmorato. We supported both candidates, both Phil Wong, the Democratic candidate, and Alicia Vachunas, Republican, for District 30. So these are retiree safe. These are our candidates that support protecting retirees. So, remember, our endorsements, kind of like a good housekeeping stamp of approval, so to speak. I'm not going to be able to tell a Republican they should vote for a Democrat, or a Democrat they should be able to vote for a Republican. Where's some of that? Yes, Kathy, I'm aware. Facebook must have dropped us off because I played that Rihanna video. But I'm not. Let me see if I go to. Let me see if I go to our Facebook page and see if they sent me a message that they booted us. They did. Hold on. No. It's not telling me that they did. Nope, I'm not getting anything. So I don't know why, but I bet you that it was because we did actually play that video. All right, so just follow me on right here on Facebook. My apologies that you guys got dropped off. So we did District 13, Christy Marmorato, Republican in the Bronx. The UFT, ironically, endorsed her too. I don't think I was familiar with the UFT ever endorsing Republicans, but they did endorse Christy Marmorato. So hopefully you all recognize that. For those of you that vote down ticket blue or down ticket red, please make sure that when you do that, if you're in that district, you are voting for Christy Marmorato, Republican, District 13 Bronx. District 30, you have a Republican and a Democrat that both support you. And in District 47, you have Kayla Santos-Suoso, and you also have George Sarantopoulos. So we'll try to update ahead of October 24th, which is when October 25th is when your early voting starts in the city. So we'll try to make sure we update our Retired Labor Strong page. Okay. And then we'll just come out to endorse those. There's a lot of people that didn't ask us for an endorsement. So whether they want our endorsement or not, I don't really know. But if they have, we'll put it up. If they haven't, what can I tell you? I got a voicemail from Virginia Maloney, as I did with Menon. I spoke 4 times with Virginia before the primary about sending in the letter of support, and she never did. She walked away. Well, that tells you right there that Virginia Maloney isn't supporting you. And that's sad, because last year around this time, I spoke with her mother at length, who said, don't worry, my daughter will support this. And clearly her daughter's not supporting this. So if I see her again, I'll be making sure to tell her exactly what I think about that. But so I guess there you have it. Virginia Maloney is not supporting a New York City retiree. Okay, what else? Do you guys have any other questions? Okay, so as just a quick recap, please let me know exactly the information on the Marte survey. I need to know what you were told when you called the offices that that you wanted to know, would they support Chris Marte for speaker? So please let me know. Fill out that Marte survey that we sent out. Know if you have donated to the organization and your donation failed, you should be getting an automated letter, and you'll probably get a follow-up from our treasurer, Augie Abundanza, just letting you know and seeing if you need help in fixing something. The mayor's event that we are doing virtually is Friday, October 24th. And like, make coffee or whatever keeps you awake, because we're going to start at 5 and we're going through at least 7. And if we get a third candidate to join us, then we'll be there till 8. Then October 21st, Tuesday, next week, we are hosting our live documentary airing that was produced by Dr. Barbara Burney, a CUNY retiree, and she will be at this event. This documentary was produced by her. It was narrated by Danny Glover. And we also have Diane Archer coming to also talk to you about Medicare and help educate the electeds in the room. This will be a really great afternoon if you guys can make it. You must RSVP to be allowed into the event, okay? And the United Healthcare Portal. If you are an active worker or a pre-Medicare retiree, or if you are on Medicare but you have dependents that are in the active worker or pre-Medicare retiree plan, this plan does not impact. This healthcare plan is not for anyone on Medicare. If you are an active worker or a pre-Medicare retiree or their younger dependents, then this new plan impacts you. We need to know if any of you have gone through the portal. Please go through the portal as often as you can, even if it's once a day. Let us know exactly what doctors or hospitals are not in the network. And I also want to know if you're finding doctors or providers that have retired or died that are still in the portal. Please send the RSVP. Okay. So I'm going to drop that in the chat again, but I will be putting it out in the email. I'm going to say invitation to documentary. I recall how you mentioned how OLR has been selling our retiree but not active. Is this a violation of our privacy? So, Laura, I believe so, but we haven't actually gone back to follow up. We did report it to DOI, but it doesn't really seem to be getting any traction. And I think we're just going to need to wait for the next administration to address this, because this one doesn't really seem to give a damn about a lot of things. Remember to stop your cope and donate to retirees. Thank you, Long Beach. You can see down below our link that tells you to go to our website to make a donation. Do we know if our supplementary plan with Emblem Health Senior Care will be affected by this new plan? No, it has nothing to do. This new plan has nothing to do with it. However, I will tell you that the union did say, the MLC did say, that they would be putting our plan out to bid again. So I don't know what that means. None of us do, but our attorneys are aware, and we are going to be watching them, what they are going to do with this plan. So stay tuned, because we are. Is Vicky Palladino also running for the speaker's job? No, from what I'm told, it was Crystal Hudson, Julie Menon, Amanda Farias, Carmen De La Rosa, and Kevin Riley, in addition to Chris Marte. But obviously, Chris Marte is our favorite. Amanda Farias killed our first bill. She bottlenecked it. Julie Menon won't support us. And for an attorney, she's really disappointing, because she keeps telling me she hasn't read the bill, even though last year was 2 sentences long. Kevin Riley, I'm disappointed in greatly, because he also went to SUNY Old Westbury like I had for labor relations, and had taken my degree there. He should know this, and yet he does not, and they have not engaged with us since the last time on this bill. Let's see. Carmen De La Rosa, well, of course, she refuses to bring our bill to the floor. And Crystal Hudson, I keep hearing she wants to meet with us, but she hasn't committed to doing so yet. But if you really wanted to do something, they would find a way to meet with you. So I left a voicemail about 2 weeks ago. She didn't get back to me. Spoke to her when she was campaigning for the primary, and she say she would sign the pledge. She didn't. Okay. I understand. Yes. Well, if you give it to her again, let me know if she signs it. Can I change my Part D drug plan and still keep my GHI senior care plan? I pay. How do you pay $4,135? That doesn't make any sense to me. That definitely doesn't make any sense to me. You should not be paying $4,000. Your senior care is not attached to your drug plan. You can get your drug plan from the city, or you can get your drug plan on the marketplace. There's no reason. I don't even know what that means. How is a retiree who is on Social Security disability collecting Social Security who is 62 with dependents affected by this plan? So if the Social Security disability person is on Medicare, because you can be on Social Security and not have applied for Medicare, but if you are on Medicare, then you stay on Medicare, but your younger dependents would be on this new plan. The only thing that their disability retiree would have an impact by is the drug plan, if you get your drug plan by the city of New York, not from your former union. So that's the only difference. And it doesn't matter what your age is, as long as if the dependents are 62 years old or younger and they are not on Medicare, this new plan is their new plan. GHI, CBP is going away. Crystal Hudson, chair of the aging committee, so far hasn't given a damn about us. Hopefully she'll attend the screening. She is not. We got to know from her. Do you know if Councilman Farrah Lewis supports us? Not that I'm aware of. Yes, $165 a month. Okay, so that's the drug plan. I think that's way too much for a New York City drug plan. You should definitely be able to find a drug plan on the marketplace for less. And your drug plan has nothing to do with your medical plan. Now, in the city of New York, they like to bundle your plan. So like if you have a Part D plan, you will also get the 365 rider with the drug plan. So if you leave the city drug plan, you lose the 365 rider. But when we tried to we filed a FOIL to the city asking them how many people have actually ever used the 365 rider, they said that they couldn't answer the question, which to me, I'm almost wondering, why are we still paying for this 365 rider? There are limitations in coverage in Medicare, but I honestly don't know many people that have ever gone to that point of needing that, but that's a whole nother conversation. She hit the 4. Oh. She hit the 4. Oh. Thank you, Mike. I didn't even see that. Union DC 37. Yes, Kathy, DC 37 gives us our drug plan. Yep, got you. 135. Thank you. Yeah, it was a little, I thought that 165 was even high, but because they used to charge you 150 for that drug plan, and then I thought that they had reduced the price. I would not be shocked if that price went up a little bit with the NYC EPPO plan, and the new drug rider also increases. But I've not yet gone back up to the OLR website to see if they put up the new pricing. I would expect that to happen very soon, though. Okay, so that's about it. So now I've given you your review of all of the things I want you to do. Please make sure that this weekend, if you're able to attend on Tuesday, please RSVP, because those seats are filling up quickly and it's a small venue. So we would love to see you there. I think you'll really enjoy that event. The film we will be showing, I think you'll also appreciate the history of. When I send the email out to you guys today, I will make sure it has the update with our one pager. So when you start to call next week the speaker, you want to talk to her about getting 1096 to a hearing, you might want to throw out one of those facts on the one pager for the bill. October 21st, I told you about the United Healthcare portal. Please log in. What doctors and hospitals are not in the network, please let us know on our survey. Also, you can refer your own doctors and hospitals on that website to be in the network. How are the two cases in Supreme Court still trudging along? They were talking to the lawyers yesterday, but there is still no movement. Right now, they're still trying to figure out how to reimburse everyone the illegal copays that they charged us back in 2022. That is still a conversation back and forth. And then the Bentkowski is still just kind of sitting there. So no movement on either one of those. Hi to all a bit late here. Best Larry. Hey, Larry, sorry you're joining us late, but you can always go back and watch this on YouTube because we got cut off on Facebook. Okay, so you have everything you need now. I will update the Retired Labor Strong page because we haven't updated it since the primary. And that's all I have. Can't wait for the October 21st. I'm sure it will be empowering, still things to learn. I think you'll like it. And we're hoping to get more information from the documentary producer, because I'm hoping maybe we can drag her out of retirement since she's also one of us, if she'd be interested in doing a documentary on what we've accomplished in 4.5 years. So I think it'll be kind of neat. How about donations? Okay, so William, we're still collecting donations, obviously. Let me see if I still have that screen up somewhere. Oops. Pictures. This will be in the newsletter because I was just doing it today. Okay, we're at $155,042 today. $155,042. So that'll be in the newsletter as well. So keep your donations coming in. We do have a lot more of you doing small, like $5 a month recurring political action donations. And we're also planning another rally, probably for November. Probably will be between like the middle to the end of the month somewhere. So we'll let you know what that looks like. We're still in the planning phases, the planning phases of that. On the matter of the transfer to the new pharmacy distributor, do we know if prescription prices are expected to be the same? No, I don't know, Diane. We don't even know the formulary, so I don't know what's coming out of that. But we're hoping that they will give us that information soon, okay? All right, guys, we're about that hour mark. I'd like you guys to go and relax. Can you please notify us of your pop-up on live YouTube? I don't necessarily know what that means. So sometimes I have to squeeze in doing a Facebook Live or a YouTube live, and I can't always let you know in advance. And sometimes when I do them, I can, if Facebook lets me, post the link. They don't always give me the link until I start, which is why I have to start them and then post the event in Facebook. So that's a technology issue that sometimes when you're dealing with these proprietary social media platforms, they don't allow you to always post on their page or live stream directly to their page. It doesn't make it easy. Right now, we're live streaming to Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, X, and Instagram. And for example, like I have to keep switching screens and going back to going back to YouTube. Going back to Instagram because Instagram doesn't let me see the comments. I have to literally go and look. Like right now, here's another one. Maybe Errol should ask the question about how the council works. I mean, and Errol should know how the council works because Errol ran for city council against Mary Pinkett. So he knows, how that operates. He ran for that position. But anyway, what could I tell you? Just want to congratulate you again for being an honoree of the Power of Labor celebration. You got such a thunderous cheer as you received your trophy. You are definitely our hero. Oh, Laura, you are my hero. Thank you for that. That was super sweet of you. My cousin absolutely loved talking with you too. She still talks to me about that day. We had a good time. It was really great to see all of you there and at least get just to enjoy a little bit of hanging out with us. You're welcome, Michael. I appreciate you too, because without all of you guys, we wouldn't be here. On YouTube, you can subscribe and activate notifications, a little bell on the right side corner. Yes, you can. That way you know if I do go live and it's on YouTube, which it always will be, you will get notified of it. Also, I try, and I don't always do this, but on our YouTube page, we have videos, we have shorts, which are tiny little videos, and you also have lives. So sometimes if you don't see a video under videos, you need to click lives because it might be under there. I try to remember to download it and then re-upload it again to the other side. I don't know why they just don't cross-reference them, but they don't. And but they are on the live. So get into a habit if you're looking for something and you don't see it to click video, then click short, then click live so that you could see if it's something that's, that's in there. What about a No Queens rally? I think we're going to be doing something similar to that. What can I tell you? Streamers are leaving Facebook because of the policies are going strictly YouTube. I hear you, Blunt. I mean, so many people are frustrated because it just takes you like one thing. Like if they start to hear music that's more than like 30 seconds, that's licensed or trademarked, they shut your feed down. Literally one day we came on to do a Facebook Live and we had just left oral arguments at the courthouse. And we said exactly that, and they might just shut me down again if I'm not shut down on Facebook. And I said, we were reporting back at what happened today. Jake had oral arguments at the court. Well, they shut down the Facebook feed, and they locked my account for sexual content using the word oral. Meanwhile, I'm talking about oral arguments in a courtroom, nothing else. And they still shut me down. And I had to appeal it. And the AI algorithm kept refusing to reverse the decision. This is how crazy Facebook has gotten. It was an honor to walk up Fifth Avenue with you by my side. I had a great time. Yes, even in the pouring rain. I know. Let me tell you, John, my sneakers were wet for like 4 or 5 days. And I even had them in the dryer, and I could not get them really dry. It just took forever. At Long Beach, New York, Google, and they will give you a map. Add your zip code. Okay, I don't know who you must be talking to somebody else, Larry. Okay, guys, so I'm going to call it a night. You guys have a really good weekend. I will send you out that newsletter tonight, I promise. But I have French onion soup that I made in my crock pot since last night, and it's calling my name. So you guys have a really great evening. Please keep up your homework. If you're able to make it, please RSVP to the documentary that we're doing, airing on the 21st, Tuesday at 4:30 p.m. at the Tribeca Screening Room. I think you'll have a really great time. And of course, if you're interested in getting together, reach out to Anne. Anne wants to see if she can get a group of people together to either before or after the event. Also, Anne, bring your cell phone, and if I'm able to hang around with you after, I will try to fix whatever gremlin you have in your cell phone that doesn't let you watch this on Facebook. So I look forward to seeing all of you guys there, and have a great day. You will see me there. I will see you guys on Tuesday. Do your homework. Make sure you call the city council speaker, Adrienne Adams, every single day, Monday to Friday. Okay. You just keep calling her office Monday to Friday, and do all the things that I told you to do. I will revise your homework. You don't need to call all of city council. You just need to call her. Just Adrienne. Remember let's go back to our original ask, our Yo Adrienne video. Twitch is an alternative streaming service. Okay, I'll take a look at that. So have a great weekend, everyone. I appreciate you listening. Enjoy, and I will talk to you soon. Ciao.